So I know I owed you guys an update. Things have been a little bit hectic with this coronavirus going around. But we're not on lockdown here or anything like that, so hopefully everyone's keeping safe, making the most of their time, minimizing their time in public, spending time with family, friends, do what you can, make the most of it. It's kind of a crap situation, but we'll all get through it. Anyway, I'm on my way to some NFS land. Our local range is closed, so a lot of our city stuff got closed down. But I'm just heading out, public land. I think this is NFS, could be BLM, but it doesn't matter. It's all open to the public, and I can go find a safe place to go shooting, which is, something that I've been looking forward to go do. As you know from my last video, I had that Atlas 2011. I did take that out to the range the following day, right after I posted it. Ran some ammo through it. It's fantastic. Love the thing. But I'm hoping today to go spend some real time shooting that. I've got a nice load that I worked up. I do reloading. So I worked up a nice load. Got a lot of good information from the Brian Enos forums, which is forums that are geared towards competition. So I got a bunch of ammo that I've been loading up. Brought that with me. We'll go check this out, make sure it runs through there well. Again, I've done all my checks beforehand, but I haven't been able to shoot any of it. And see how that thing does. I also brought out a couple of other toys. I got some SIG MPXs. I just need to get some more time behind those. They're fun. So I'll show you guys those as well. And one of my ARs that I built, I just haven't had a chance to take it out since I built it up. So we'll check that one out too. Anyway, like I said, I hope everyone's keeping safe. It had been real nice here, but heading up in the mountains, you might be able to tell it's snowing, so just the way she goes. Anyway, let's head off to our shooting spot and see how we do.
Well, that didn't go quite the way I'd planned. I was hoping to head out to National Forest Service land and get a little bit of range time out there. I was going to video that and let you guys see shooting this Atlas Titan, a couple of other pistols and rifles that I'd brought along. But just didn't pan out. Got out there and the access road was closed, and I simply didn't have the time to go to another place and then get all the other stuff I've got to get done. But regardless, I wanted to make sure I give everyone an update on this Atlas Titan. I did the unboxing on my last video, and my initial impressions were that I was very impressed with it at that time. I took it out the following day to the range, got about 200 rounds through it, just off-the-shelf ammo, nothing special. It shoots as well as I'd expected after my initial handling. This thing is amazing. I like it. I'm very happy with it. If it fits your budget, I have no hesitation with recommending them. Let's just make it that simple. I will say, I had mentioned Atlas engineers these guns, designs these guns to what they say return to zero. And what that is, you're at your point of aim, you shoot, the gun will recoil, and then it comes right back to your point of aim. That's what they advertise. It works. It's not BS. I will say that it is not necessarily perfectly on, but what it does do is it brings it back significantly closer to your point of aim. Now, I'm sure you can tweak that with modifying your grip, modifying the ammo that you're using, but just using stuff that's off the shelf, it was noticeably better at returning to my point of aim than one of my other STIs, the Staccato P that I've got. My proof of that, anecdotal for sure, is my double taps. My groupings with this Atlas Titan are about 50% closer together than they are with my Staccato P. I'm hardly an expert marksman. I'm not the greatest shooter. This is a hobby. This is something I do for fun, but I can shoot decently well. And doing this gun versus my Staccato, the groupings went from, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches apart to 3/4 to 1 inch apart. They came closer together. And again, I'm still aiming and getting within center mass with both of them, but these impact closer together on this Atlas. And again, that's when I'm aiming, I'm getting close enough. I'm double tap, 2 shots in quick succession. I'm not shoot and then bring it back, get it perfect, and shoot again. So, yes, I think their advertising is correct. I buy it. I like it. I have no qualms about that. I will say that there's probably a lot more to it. Just the sheer weight of this gun, it's probably twice as heavy as my STI. This nitrofin also helps with it. So as a package, it all works together, and it certainly functions the way that they advertise it. So very happy with that. Like I said, I had about 200 rounds through this. Just factory ammo, nothing special. No issues with it. I'm not at the point where I can say this thing is picky or not with ammo. However, with what I ran through it, I had no issues with it, which, you know, I can't say that I expected any. These things are supposed to be fairly good at that stuff. So once I get some more rounds through it, I'll report back and let you know if I've had any malfunctions or any problems. But with 200 rounds, which is hardly a lot, no issues. The one thing I did do to this, personal preference, I changed this front sight out from red. You should be able to see this on there. Change that front sight out to the green or yellow, whatever you want to call it. It just picks, my eye picks it up easier than the red. So quick, easy change. Honestly, if you haven't done it, you can knock it out in a minute or two. The fiber optic is sold in a 12-inch length. You just cut out a piece, melt the end, feed it through that front sight, snip it off just slightly long, and then melt, with a lighter, just melt another bead on that other end. Very simple, very quick. You got to change them out anyway after time. They kind of get dirty and nasty, but figured I'd change the color. I like it. Beyond that, I don't have a ton to report back on this. I think last time I'd mentioned that disassembly with this nitrofin and all that should be pretty straightforward. It is. That's standard 1911 stuff. Really a non-issue. I guess the difference if you're used to 1911s is this is a bull barrel, not a bushing barrel. So you've got a guide rod in here. Let's get this guide rod in here. What you'll end up doing is you actually pull out your slide stop, pull the whole slide assembly out, and then once you've got your slide removed from the lower, you'll press your guide rod forward, and there's a little retainer clip, if you will. You can press it, and it keeps that spring compressed, and now it all comes apart. So very simple, very straightforward. There's good disassembly videos on that. That's not my thing. I can show you guys if you're interested, but I mean, whatever. Beyond that, picked up a couple extra mags. I have MBX mags and I have STI magazines. the STI ones are actually from Atlas. They take the STI bodies, put different followers and springs in there, and just tune them. The MBX ones come with all MBX guts. So they both work well. Got no issues there. You know, as I put more rounds through it, I'll let you know if one magazine tends to work better than another. I don't expect any noticeable difference in them, but it's just the way they are. Another thing that I did, I do reloading. I'm into reloading. With this and with competition, you kind of have to make it affordable. If I'm buying off the shelf stuff, it just gets expensive, frankly. So I've been kind of busy during this coronavirus thing where I go and spend 20 minutes, half hour at night, and churn out 100, 200 rounds of ammo. So I've got 800-900 rounds loaded up, ready to go. I just haven't had the chance to run them through this yet. But we'll take that recipe, we'll try it out, make sure that this gun likes it, which it's a very standard one, nothing special, so I expect that it'll work well, and as I get better with this gun, I may make some tweaks to it, and I'll let you know how I go through that process. Go from there. Anyway, like I said, I wanted to give you a quick update on this. Bottom line is, very impressed with it. This is fantastic. If it fits your budget and you're willing to pay what it costs to have essentially a gaming gun. I mean, this is not a carry weapon. This is not a duty weapon. This is strictly competition. You could call it a ranged way, but it's a bit expensive for that. So, I mean, if it fits your budget, by all means, go do it. It is fantastic. All of the positive feedback that I'd heard about Atlas Gunworks, from my little time behind the trigger on this, I completely understand where it comes from. I get it. This is a fantastic gun. This has been a pretty cool little pistol, and I will set up a time, go out to some land, show you guys shooting this later. It just didn't quite pan out today. Anyway, that's all I've got. Hope you guys are keeping safe out there. We'll do it again another day.